Aesop's Fable EP50, The Wise Mouse and the Lessons of the Forest ****. Scene 1, The Curious Mouse. In a dense and lively forest, there lived a small mouse named Milo. Milo was curious by nature, always eager to explore and learn new things. However, despite his enthusiasm, Milo often found himself in difficult situations because he acted without thinking or learning from the experiences of others. One day, Milo was wandering through the forest when he saw a squirrel named Sasha gathering acorns and carefully storing them in a hollow tree. Milo watched with interest and asked, "Sasha, why do you work so hard to gather all these acorns? Wouldn't it be more fun to play instead?" Sasha smiled and replied, "Milo, I gather these acorns now so that I have enough food to last through the winter when it's too cold to find any. It may seem like hard work, but it's important to plan ahead and be prepared." Milo nodded, but he didn't think much of Sasha's advice. He preferred to live in the moment, without worrying about the future. As he continued his journey through the forest, he didn't realize that this encounter would soon be one of many lessons he would learn from the other animals. Scene 2, The Encounter with the Wise Owl. A few days later, as dusk began to fall, Milo found himself lost in the deeper parts of the forest. The tall trees cast long shadows, and unfamiliar sounds echoed around him. Feeling scared and unsure of which way to go, Milo came across an old owl named Oliver, perched high on a branch. Oliver had seen Milo wandering and called down to him, "Little mouse, are you lost? The forest can be confusing after dark." Milo looked up and nodded, feeling a bit embarrassed. "Yes, I'm lost and don't know how to find my way back home." Oliver hooted softly and flew down to a lower branch. "Let me share something with you, Milo. The forest is full of lessons, and one of the most important is to pay attention to your surroundings and learn from those who have come before you. If you had watched the sun's position or marked your path, you wouldn't have lost your way." Milo listened carefully to Oliver's advice. He realized that by observing and learning from others, like Sasha the squirrel and Oliver the owl, he could avoid many of the troubles he had been facing. Oliver kindly guided Milo back to the familiar part of the forest, reminding him to be more mindful in the future. Scene 3, The Hare's Speed and the Lesson of Patience. The next morning, as Milo wandered near a sunny meadow, he spotted a hare named Harry racing through the tall grass. Harry was known for his incredible speed, but he was also known for being impulsive and sometimes reckless. Milo watched as Harry darted back and forth, showing off his speed. However, in his haste, Harry didn't notice a hidden ditch in the meadow and tumbled right into it. Milo rushed over to see if Harry was okay. As Harry dusted himself off and climbed out of the ditch, Milo asked, "Harry, you're so fast, but don't you think it would be safer to slow down and look where you're going?" Harry sighed and nodded. "You're right, Milo. I get so caught up in being fast that I forget to be careful. I should learn to be more patient and pay attention to what's in front of me." Milo took this lesson to heart. He realized that speed and impulsiveness were not always the best approach, and that sometimes, slowing down and being cautious could prevent accidents. Scene 4, The Mouse's Transformation. As the days went by, Milo began to put into practice all the lessons he had learned from the other animals in the forest. He started to plan ahead like Sasha the squirrel, paying more attention to his surroundings like Oliver the owl, and being patient and careful like Harry the hare. One afternoon, while Milo was out gathering food, he encountered a younger mouse who seemed to be in a hurry and wasn't paying attention to where he was going. The young mouse nearly fell into the same ditch that Harry had tripped into earlier. Milo quickly intervened and stopped the young mouse. "Be careful. You need to slow down and watch where you're going. Rushing won't get you there safely." The young mouse looked up at Milo with wide eyes and asked, "How did you know that? You seem so wise." Milo smiled, remembering all the lessons he had learned from the other animals. "I wasn't always this wise," he admitted. "But I've learned from others who were willing to share their experiences with me. By listening and learning from them, I've become better at making good decisions." The young mouse thanked Milo and carefully continued on his way, grateful for the advice. Milo felt a sense of pride, knowing that he had not only improved himself, but had also passed on the wisdom he had gained to someone else. From that day on, Milo became known as the wise little mouse who had learned from the forest and its inhabitants. He continued to observe and learn from the experiences of others, always eager to improve himself and help those around him. The forest animals admired Milo's transformation and respected him for his wisdom and humility. Moral of the story: learning from the experiences and wisdom of others can help us avoid mistakes and become better individuals. By observing and listening to those around us, we can grow and make smarter choices in our own lives.